The topic we have taken for discussion is a topic in General Studies paper 2, governance. So governance, as I told you in the earlier videos, governance carries a lot of marks in General Studies paper 2. See, for a standard 250 mark paper, governance, if I see the previous years, it counts for nearly about 100 to 120, 130 marks. So the topic we are covering today is issues relating to the health sector. Actually, this in the syllabus says issues relating to the social sector, that is issues relating to health, education, human resources, issues relating to poverty. So from this unit, we are taking one question, one topic, subtopic, issues relating to health. You see the question for discussion. The current state of healthcare in India can be summed up in triple A's: crisis of access, affordability, and apathy. So keeping the background of the triple A's, that is lack of access, lack of affordability, and apathy. In the light of the statement, examine the key trends, policy interventions, and innovations. So what the examiner is seeking from you is you split up the answer into three parts: key trends, policy interventions, innovations. You're, you're going to write 20 lines, that is 10 words per line, that is 20 lines is 200 words. So you divide your answer into three parts: key trends, policy interventions, innovations. First, we start with an introduction, just one or two lines, one sentence you can write on the liberal interpretation by the Supreme Court to health. See, the Supreme Court, when it interpreted Article 21, right to life and liberty, it said right to health is a part of Article 21. That is, right to life and liberty includes right to health. So with this background, we go to answering the question. First thing, the key trends. What are the trends which you observe? See, the first thing which I would like to point out is inadequate reach of basic health care. When I say inadequate reach of basic health care, I mean 80% of doctors, 75% of the dispensaries, 60% of the hospitals are located in urban areas. So the health infrastructure in the rural areas is inadequate. So that is what I mean when I say inadequate reach of basic health care. The second thing which I would like to point out is shortage of personnel. When I say shortage of personnel, if you take the doctors, see the WHO says there should be one doctor for 1,000 population. If you see the situation in India, it is one doctor for 10,189 persons. So shortage of medical personnel, starting with doctors, going to the paramedical staff, then going down to the ANMs and the other technical staff. That is a shortage of personnel. The third key trend, what I observe, is inadequate outlay of health. See, the hardly 1% or 2% of the GDP is allocated to health, and health is there has been a traditional decline in the outlay provided for health. So what happens? This gets reflected when a pandemic occurs. See now, you are in the background of the coronavirus, how the government is experiencing it every day. See, in the earlier times, if infrastructure was created and we had set up a proper structure, we would not have to face an issue like this, like pleading with the private sector for beds and other things. Neglect of research and Indian systems of health. So research occupies a very low priority, and unless research is strengthened, see especially now research is very much required in a situation like this. Then how are the Indian systems of medicine, how they are treated? See, there is no synchronization between the allopathic system and the Indian systems of medicine. Now the government of late has created a separate Ministry of Ayush, Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy and Naturopathy. And of course, the government also brought in Soa Rigpa, a medicine, a Tibetan system of medicine prevalent in the northeast. So when the Indian systems of medicine are given a substandard treatment, substandard placing by and the lobby always wants to promote the allopathy system at the cost of the other Indian systems of medicine. So this is another factor which I observe as a key trend. Now, with this background, what policy interventions will you suggest? See, the first thing what I would suggest is skilling and upgrading the workforce. See, the workforce, you take even the basic A&M or you take the ASHA. See how their skills have to be upgraded. So this is where the private sector can play a dominant role in guiding, assisting, and we can use the private sector with a lot of expertise for skilling and upgrading the workforce, not only the lower staff, even skilling and upgrading the talent force of the medical personnel. The second policy intervention I recommend is attracting the best talent. See, when you attract best talent, you pay good salaries, give good working conditions, it will automatically act to prevent brain drain and prevent the best talent from fleeing the country. The third policy intervention which I would like to make is making medical education affordable. So, medical education, the lobby, all the colleges are owned by the politicians. Then it is medical education is very costly, and how they are fleecing students, how they are making medical education an industry by itself. So what I suggest policy intervention is making medical education affordable. Medical tourism. See, medical tourism is one aspect which can be encouraged to solve the problem of the healthcare. So in medical tourism, say I can give the example of one institution we have in Bangalore. It's called Saukya, run by Dr. Isaac Matai. See, Prince Charles had come to Bangalore. He underwent some treatment at Saukya. So agency institutions like this promote medical tourism. Then, of course, policy interventions. We can always mention the steps taken by the government, like Ayushman Bharat, PMJAY, and the concept of Jan Aushadhi, generic medicines. Generally, see the counters are available at all prominent places, and it is a step to bring to keep medicine at the common reach so that everybody gets it. So in policy interventions, these are the points I would like to mention. Coming to innovations, the first innovation required, of course it is there, but to promote and popularize, I recommend the more and more usage of telemedicine. See, in Bangalore, we have the NIMHANS, which is doing this telemedicine in a very big way. We have doctors in remote areas of Karnataka taking the help of the professors at NIMHANS. They keep suggesting, and the doctors offer their advice on how a patient has to be treated, what could be the line of treatment. So telemedicine, and also telemedicine will work in remote areas where the health facilities are not available. Telemedicine is one innovation. The second thing is improved medicine and drug dose combinations. This is another innovation which will help improve the standards of healthcare. The third innovation, artificial intelligence, that is a personalized environment for the patients, and the healthcare providers. See, if you appreciate in the present system caused by the pandemic, see, everybody is appreciating this, providing a personalized environment for the patients where the patients can recover faster. And even the healthcare providers are doing a very good job in the system of artificial intelligence. Then user-friendly apps like India Health Portal and My Health app. So these are other innovations which are helping and which can promote the status of healthcare in India. So when actually answering a question like this, what would happen is you have to give equal importance. See, when the question clearly says, examine the key trends, policy interventions, and innovations. So in the key trends, you can highlight the actual situation, what is prevailing in the country. And when attempting a question on governance, what we are advised is you should not be too critical of the government. So because as a future civil servant, you are supposed to give suggestions, and the examiner would appreciate suggestions given by you. Criticism of the government is not allowed, and it only portrays your negative thinking. So what I would suggest is you make your answer crisp. When you are writing for 200 words, you split up the answer into 3 key trends, that is, what is the situation is actually prevailing. Then policy interventions, you highlight how the private sector can play a dominant role, how you have to incentivize the private sector, you have to attract the best talent. Then medical tourism. Then of course, you also highlight what government is doing. See, like the promotion of the National Health Mission, then the other programs like Ayushman Bharat, PMJAY, Jan Aushadhi. All these are policy interventions. So policy interventions, you will have to give. The answer will comprise, the half portion of the answer will be on policy interventions. The remaining part of the answer would be the innovations. In the innovations, you can suggest, apart from this, see, I stressed on telemedicine, improved medicine and drug dose combinations, artificial intelligence, and user-friendly apps. Anything else, any other innovations which you can suggest will improve the quality of the answer. But again, as I told you, in a question like this, you need not be too over-critical of the government. Your job is only to give suggestions. So suggestions are always appreciated and will fetch you good marks. Thank you.